Hello everyone, this is Spaghetti Bicycle. I'm a YTP maker, and this is from my alt account, Spaghetti Altsicle, because I don't feel like putting this on my regular account. Anyway, this is a show I'm creating called Collab Corner. You might be wondering what happened to Spaghetti Bicycle Speaks. Well, I made an episode for that, but I just didn't feel like it was that good or interesting, I would say. I mean, it was kind of funny, and the intro I made into a separate video because Spaghetti Bicycle Speaks never saw the light of day, but it just was a failure. But what's this show about? Well, this is mainly something where I could talk about YTP collabs or YTPMV collabs. Both of them. Just what I find on YouTube, I can promote and talk about in my series, whether it be to sign up for or it's already completed, just stuff around that nature. And I have about 6 or 7 collabs I can talk about today, including one of my own, which I'll save for later since I don't want to spend the whole episode talking about myself. Anyway, let's get to the first big topic. Just like there was a third Robotnik collab a couple months ago, there's now a third edition of another collab idea, and that would be the Simplicity Collab. And it's hosted by Captain Sponge, and well, it's big. And I mean that because it was made yesterday at 11 a.m. and it already has, 24 participants. But I've never seen any of the Simplicity collabs. I just saw the collab entries. But anyway, there's some pretty big people on there. One of my YouTube friends, Jacob Catron CT, is on it. There's other people like Mountain Dew Man, Super Chops, Chemistry Guy's on it. That's one of the biggest names on it. There's Ostrock 9080, Professor Cheeseball, Saturday Night Cleaner, Cornflakes, and me. Yeah, I'm participating in it because I figured since I use iMovie, I can make some pretty simplistic things. You should go check it out, I would say. If you make YTPs and you want to try something that doesn't go all crazy like you can with Sony Vegas, this probably is for you. Rules: you can make styles with stuttering, repeating, raising the volume, panning, sentence mixing, mirroring, flipping, speed up, speed down, stock effects. Stuff you can't do: no keyframing, no masking, no After Effects, of course. No sound effects outside of distortion volume. I'm reading it right off the page. And apparently there's a new rule called no more than 3 video and audio tracks. That's going to be a challenge. But anyway, its due date is April 1st, and you should really check it out because it's already big. Probably because of there already being 3 of them. So check out the Simplicity Collab 3 by Sponge. Okay. Now, let me talk about my collab. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, like, as the second thing I'm talking about, just so I can get it out of the way. Anyway, you might know that I had a collab once, but I kind of decided that failed now. Might make a separate episode about that, if you would actually watch it. But I also have a new collab going around now. If you've seen my new CJS001 video, you know that I'm doing a CJS001 collab. Now, you probably don't know how it's doing if you haven't been to YouTube yet. It's actually more of a success than my YTPMV collab challenge. I'm really happy about this. I mean, originally my goal for the originally YTPMV collab challenge was to have 10 people in it. And while I still want a couple more people for this, not being greedy or anything, I have 5 people in this. And that was going to be my new goal for the YTPMV collab challenge. So I'm pretty happy about that I accomplished my goal of having like at least 5 people. So who's in it? Well, there's Jacob Gatron CT. Oh, there's XX Robot Chow XX. Capital X's first and last. A friend of CJS001 by the name of Erasor. So that's pretty cool. And Zach Tomcat. Zach Tomcat is actually already made his collab entry. The video, let me just see what it is here. The video is called Crazy But Crazy, Brawling, Now Commencing, Home of the Poop Tennis Cafe. And I've seen it, it's effects heavy, but it's pretty good. You should go check that out. And I'm just really psyched about this thing. I hope it's a better success than my first collab, which I said I might talk about in a later episode, but enough of that. Just check out on YouTube my CJS001 collab. Anyway, let's stop talking about me. Somewhat. Actually, we're still kind of on topic for me, sadly. You might have noticed that my last 2 YTPs were both collab entries. The first one, the Bill O'Reilly one, was for the Bill O'Reilly collab by Angry SpongeBob Guy. And I'll make this short since he already has a video on his channel talking about it. But the Bill O'Reilly collab is actually, sounds pretty promising since Bill O'Reilly is a pretty big source with his We'll Do It Live thing. We'll do it live! But there's actually not that many participants in it. So I kind of want to promote this so people can join it. So go to YouTube, or I'll put a link in the description, and see the Bill O'Reilly collab. And its deadline is March 25th, I think. Anyway, the other collab, the video A Silent Film with parentheses around the L, was for Zach Tomcat's Audio FX collab. Now, the thing about this is that this isn't the only collab he's doing. He's also doing a photography collab that may or may not still be going, and another collab, a YTPMV collab for Super Mario Galaxy 2. The Super Mario Galaxy 2 one is where you have to do something to the music of from Super Mario Galaxy. And the other one, the Audio FX only collab, it's actually pretty popular. You could probably check it out in the description. It sounds pretty promising. All you have to do for it is make sure the jokes are really just Audio FX using. So I kind of spiced it up a little bit by doing the FX of iMovie, because I'm gonna bet that I'm the only person who uses iMovie in that collab. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the Audio FX only collab by Zach Tomcat and the Bill O'Reilly collab by Angry SpongeBob Guy. And now, people, I've saved the most interesting for last. A user by the name of Pikalax Art has made a collab called the YTP Herald. And I'm going to read the intro to it because I don't think I can word it very well. Anyway, this is not your ordinary collab. This is something different. Something that, to my knowledge, has never been done before. This is the YouTube Poop Herald. No, it's not a newspaper. A herald is a theater structure where we have 3 different stories playing themselves out separately in 2 acts each, then coming together in a concluding 3rd act. That's something that I'd like to replicate here. Only instead of 3 stories and 2 independent acts, I'd like to go for up to 5 stories with up to 3 independent acts. He then goes into a discussion of the rules, and it's a really, really interesting thing. I mean, I didn't know about heralds before, but this sounds... I mean, I'm not going to participate because I'm already doing a story thing with Michael Rose and cooked cheeseburgers for dinner, and I probably would not meet the criteria of it. But I'm going to leave you to read the rules because I probably can't word it. But what he says is that there's acts, intermissions, and all these different acts, all these different stories. It's really interesting. But what's the most interesting part of this is that there's only one person participating so far. You would think that this would be a big idea and there would be so many people wanting to participate, but no. Saturday Night Cleaner is the only person besides Pika Laxart who's participating using, what was it? Claire Corlett. I'm not sure what that is, but you probably know. I'm just really surprised. I'm just telling people right now that you really need to see this to believe it. The YTP Herald has to be one of the most interesting collabs I've seen since I joined YouTube. I'll put a link to it in the description if that's the best I can do right now. And I'll see you next time.